Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Art Beat. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Buchser Middle School Jazz Band. And tonight, my guest says, he's a very good friend of mine, and he's played with some very influential people and groups when he started out of San Jose State in the year of our Lord. And he's played with the Jefferson Airplane, Janis Joplin, Grateful Dead. Those are just a few. And some of the jazz legends, Benny Goodman, Dave Brubeck, Ray Charles, Should I Quit Now? And many, many more. This gentleman's a very good friend of mine, as I said, a band leader, musician, teacher, Emmy Award winner. Ladies and gentlemen, David Ladd Anderson. Thank you very, very much for being here.
Thank you, Shawn. Thanks for coming over to Buchser. We always have fun here, doing a lot of good music.
Yeah. Now, you've been teaching here at this school for how long?
This is a 13th year.
13 years. Because when I first saw you at Burnett, Peter Burnett.
Your brother's was the principal there.
That's right. Mike O'Kane was the principal over at Peter Burnett. That was back in the late 80s and 90s.
87 to 91, I think. So.
And is that when you won the Teacher of the Year award? Was that?
Right. That was San Jose Unified. I think it was the only time a music teacher ever got that award, and since, after me, they stopped doing that thing. No more music teachers.
Oh. Well, it should serve as a benchmark for other teachers to say, hey, this is great. This is a well-rounded, award.
Yeah.
You would think. Okay. So now the group we just heard is your upper-level jazz band?
Right. We have 3 jazz bands. That's the advanced jazz band. We have a training band called the Big Band, and there's about 60 members in that, 60 to 65. And then we have a Dixieland traditional jazz band called the Straw Hats that's also affiliated with our program. So we have 3 jazz bands and 2 symphonic bands, a couple jazz choirs, a regular choir, and an orchestra. So there's over 350 kids involved. And our school's got 1,000 kids, so we have a pretty good number of kids involved in music here at Buchser.
Well, a lot of the parents focus that have kids who start out early in music. They want to bring their kids here, and for good reason. Do you see that?
I see a lot of kids that transfer here. I don't know if they'd move to Santa Clara for that reason. There's a lot of other good reasons to move to Santa Clara besides that one. But if they're in Santa Clara, they can choose to come here. And if they do music, this is the best place for them because there's so much that we offer for them, low level, entry level, all the way up to as far as they want to go. And then we even have an alumni band called Deja Vu that does festivals and tours. After they graduate from here, they can still keep coming. I try to keep them until they have 2 or 3 kids of their own, then we can start it over again. So it's been a really good run. The last 5 or 6 years, I don't think there's been anybody that has a better record in festivals or anything that we do. It's last year we were totally undefeated in that sense. Although we don't go in to win all the festivals, but we do well on all of them. And last year was the first time that we got what they call unanimous superior ratings for every group at every festival throughout the whole year, which is it's sort of like De La Salle,
right.
High school football,
exactly.
Like that. I mean, undefeated. Only we haven't done it for 20 years like they have, but we've done it for 4 or 5 in a row, and so it's a good sense. Very good kids, and really work hard. They see what it takes to be great, and they get a chance and taste to see what they have to come up with, what's inside them, to not just play okay and get by, but we challenge them to be the best they can and just see how far they can go. And so far, I've definitely never been disappointed, and I know they get a chance to see what's inside them, and if they can get out of themselves that level of proficiency in anything, I think it just makes them a better person, and life skills.
Oh yeah. Now, when I talked about meeting you in the 80s, you had a series of groups that I remember. Were you playing at Lord John's, the Video Jazz, David Ladd Video Jazz, and then that's where you won the Emmy over at the Channel 9.
KTH. We did a PBS special that they produced, and it won an Emmy Award, which is, that was very cool. And they still use bits and pieces of it today. It looks like, I don't recognize those people anymore on the video because it's 20-some years old. But it was great music. It was a wonderful night. It was one of those special nights that you'll always remember. And it was fun. And we won an Emmy. I think Danny McGuire. I don't remember Danny.
Yeah, yes.
He was the producer, so I think it was he won the Emmy for the show, I guess.
Well, that was at the Montgomery Theater, and then you went in and started the Downtown All Stars. Is that right?
That was originally I had a radio show on KEZR radio. We did Sunday morning jazz for 10 years, and it got to be a fairly popular show. It was, and so the Levitts asked me if I would put a band together to represent the radio station, not just my show, but the radio station through promotions and stuff. So that was where the Downtown All-Stars, it was first called the KEZR All-Stars.
Oh, right.
And then when they sold this radio station and moved out of town, then we called it the Downtown All-Stars because we played downtown a lot, St. Clair Hilton, De Anza Hotel, and we were, played for about 20 of the buildings groundbreaking ceremonies for all those buildings that went up.
I'm sorry, I don't have the Downtown All-Stars CD that you can get, ladies and gentlemen, but you can go to ladjazz at AOL.com.
It's David Ladd Music.
David Ladd Music, excuse me. David Ladd Music, LADD, .com. Yeah. I remember one song that I loved that you play every once in a while, Pigs in Space. Do you remember that?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You always remember the fun ones.
I wish you would play that. I was, but
that was sort of an '80s thing, Shawn.
I know. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Why don't let's bring the kids back in. You want to hear more, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, you do. This is their final practice piece. It's a medley that we walked in with, and it's absolutely incredible. Take a look.
Where will we get to? I don't know. That's a big question. Huh?
You don't know.
All the way to the end. I mean, like tomorrow, where will we get to the song?
Okay.
The whole thing? You want to be on TV with that question?
That's good.
That's like, what's the meaning of life? Something new. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go.
I tell you? They are hot. These are 6th, 7th, and 8th graders here at Buchser Middle School in the jazz program here that David Ladd Anderson teaches. Over 350 students at this school. Once again, they come here and they learn the right way, and they do that with David Anderson. It's absolutely incredible. So you can see these kids perform December 3rd at the tree lighting ceremony in Santa Clara at the City Hall at City Center. That's off of Warburton near the El Camino. And I hope you see them. Also, I'd like to mention that we're here every week. We're doing a great job bringing you good programming through Comcast for the show Art Beat here and Jim Rodriguez. Shawn Flanagan, the fill-in producer and cameraman, is doing a fantastic job giving you a variety of programming here on Art Beat. My name is Shawn K, and I hope to see you every Saturday at 6 p.m., 15A, I think it is 15A, on the Comcast Community Channel.
That's correct, 15A.
15A. All right, one more piece of information if you want to pan here. If you see that locker, it's the third locker from the end. That was my locker in high school, ladies and gentlemen. I am not. This was my locker in high school. It used to be called the Santa Clara High Panthers, the original campus for Santa Clara High. Over 100 years old this school is. But I digress. Once again, Art Beat every Saturday at 6 p.m. For Jim Rodriguez, my name is Shawn K. Good night.